CPs. Find my first derivative in all that big mess over there. Since we have fractions, we got to worry about type 1s and type 2s.
Type 2's 4.
Type 2 blows it up, right? So it's back to that whole thing, even back there with the domain. So we got CP's at 4 and negative 4.
With a fraction on your domain and critical points, sometimes most likely be like?
Well, you think of it, yeah, most likely, but keep in mind,
yeah,
sometimes your derivative might be a little nicer, but usually that bottom is going to stay the same because in calculus it's v squared in the bottom, so yep, it's usually going to be there. So, and then they're also going to end up being eyepiece most of the time. Now that's the type doses. Where's the type unos? Do I have any?
0.
I end up with 54x this time equals 0, so I got a 0. Got 3 of them. That's a lot of work. IPs. Second derivative is right there. Big mess. Negative 864 minus 162. Holy smokes. X squared.
Can you take anything out? 2.
We'll get there in a second. Like we were just talking, type 1s and type 2s.
2.
I got 4 and negative 4 again. Now I got to set that equal to 0. So I got negative 864 minus 162x squared equals 0. Well, if I move things around, I end up with that. And if I divide by 162, well, what do you notice is going to end up happening?
It's a negative square.
I got to take the square root of a negative number. All bets are not used to that, so there's none of those. So we just have that. Then we're going to do our increasing, decreasing, concave up, concave down. Negative 4, 0, and 4. 4, negative 4. What do you know about the 4 and the negative 4? They're neithers. What do I do to this guy? Goes into second derivative to determine whether it's a max or a min.
Bottom's negative.
So if I look at it, the second derivative at 0.
But then the top's negative.
That's
Negative, so it's positive.
negative, right? Because the 162 goes away. And then 0 squared minus 16. Now it's not always positive because it's a cubed. And a negative cubed is negative. So this whole thing is positive.
So it's minimum.
So that's a minimum. Because positive also means concave up. So be real careful with that. Minimum up. Now everything's just going to fall into place. If it's a minimum, decreasing to increasing. These are neithers, and we're not a fractional exponent. So they stay the same. Down here, these are IPs, and we're not a fractional exponent, so these switch.
So if they're neithers, they're always going to have the same things, right?
If you're not a fractional exponent. Yep.
How did you know negative 4 and 4 were neithers?
because they were IPs.